Here we go. Look at all those happy faces smiling back at you. Happy days. Welcome back, episode 3, the Controller Chronicles podcast. Episode 3. Who'd have thought we'd make it this far? Episode
Hey,
3.
just me.
I'm Nipper, obviously, same as always, joined by Flump and Fletch today. How are we, gents? Good.
What's up?
No bad lad yourself.
Can't grumble, mate. Can't grumble. Yes,
All
so
good.
lads,
All good in the
episode 3. Unreal, eh? Just it's been. We've obviously discussed this off channel as well, but it's been a wee bit of a whirlwind, and it's good the traction that it's getting and the fun, to be honest, that we've had making it. So
Oh, it's been
that's
beautiful.
the most important part.
Oh yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been good.
Class,
Honestly, it's been
absolute
hilarious.
class. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Obviously, we've got the Twitch channel up and running well and truly now, so I'll put that in the link below. You can go and have a check that out. All three of us stream on there at various different points. We've also got our Discord up and running as well, which is getting more and more people added to the community, which is always nice. So again, I'll link that down below so that it's there. Other than that, I think we've all got plenty of ideas for going forward, so we're not going anywhere anytime soon. So we'll be blathering your YouTubes and your For You pages and your everything for the next wee while, spamming stuff everywhere.
TikTok as well.
Class. So what we got this week? What we're doing this week?
Oh, well, here we go. So on the Discord, one of our members had asked us a question. So to discuss games you don't see the hype about. And preferably wanting to see Fletch having a wee meltdown. So
this is what we're here for.
I will kick us off. So I'm always going to be controversial and have my opinions. You guys might not agree with me, but here we are.
That's what we're here for.
We're all friends at the end of the day. So I've got two actually, and the first one I'm going to go for is Tekken. The whole Tekken series. Granted, it's big in Asia. It's made it into arcades, but how did that get 8 games out of it?
Yeah,
like we always talk about Call of Duty and talk about Call of Duty and FIFA being recycled year after year. Yep. That's more recycled than like printer paper. It's utter gash, utter garbage. It's just two fighters on screen going back and forward, fucking tickling each other. Honestly, it's yeah.
I'm not sure it should have made it past the arcade level, to be honest.
Oh no,
it's a good arcade game, but that's about it for me, to be honest.
The next one, very controversial, is Metal Gear Solid. Honestly, everything Metal Gear Solid did, Splinter Cell done better. The only thing Metal Gear Solid has got going for it is it became a catchy text message tone. In my opinion. Granted, the first couple were meh. But yeah, it just became dead in the water after that. And yeah, like I say, Splinter Cell done it better. Come at me, Bruce.
Fletch, you're actually breaking my heart here.
So when you say Splinter Cell did it better, like specifically what did it do better? Because I'm not particular fan of either game, but I didn't get which plays what. So
I think for me, I couldn't get. It's maybe just a preference thing. The first Metal Gear was top-down view. I just couldn't get used to that top-down view.
Aye.
And the stealth aspects of it. That top-down view just made it more. You could see where the enemies were because you had that view on top of your screen that you could see more. Whereas Splinter Cell, you're blindsided. You're in the dark. You're moving about, and that's maybe just personal preference. I'm sure Nipper's going to come in and prove me wrong, but that's just my opinion. And fuck yes.
Dude, that's fair. If you're not a fan, you're not a fan. It's
Listen,
go for
the point you made about the actual stealth aspect is you. I mean, you're not wrong. The top down aspect does make it easier, in terms of an actual all stealth. You get more vision of the map and all the rest of it. I take your point, but I kind of agree with any of the rest of the shit that you said there. I just can't. Metal Gear Solid is one of the most popular franchises in the world for very good reason.
But it
Very
doesn't mean it's a good. It doesn't mean it's good games for everybody. It just means
I
that
will counter
must-
your argument. If it was
True.
such a big franchise, why would Sony be letting Microsoft use it as well?
No, it's fair. It's fair. What I would agree with you is that I reckon it's probably run its course. Like I don't think. I know they're releasing remastered things, and that's fine. That'll always happen to franchise games, and I don't necessarily mind that. And remakes and things like that, but I don't think we'll see a new out and out Metal Gear Solid game. I just don't think it'll happen. But yeah, it's your opinion, but you're fucking wrong.
That's a hell of a starter, boys.
Exactly.
Hell of a starter. Since I'm in the middle here, Nipper, you want to you want to hit us with your wee cheeky
no,
opinion?
absolutely. So mine's is kind of similar to what you were saying. The things that annoyed you. I've gone for the Call of Duty franchise. So
go on.
So
I'm intrigued.
for me, the last handful, and by handful, I can't even give you a number because I've lost track of the series because that's how much it bothers me. It very much falls into the same bracket of it's the same fucking game. It's the same things over and over again. It's got a shiny little 10-hour campaign that distracts people slightly from the fact that it's the same fucking game. The PvP's the PvP's the same. There's no major differences. So for me, it falls into the same category of the FIFAs and the way that you'd obviously mentioned about the Tekken as well. That it falls in that category. It's just repackaged shit. It's a polished turd, basically.
That's it's quite accurate.
The thing that annoys me even more about it is there are a few of the older Call of Duty games that I consider to be in my top 20 of all time. World at War, Modern Warfare 2, like the older Modern Warfare games.
Aye, the original ones.
I consider those to be the absolute pinnacle of video games, but the rest of it's just shit. See, when they started putting in like jetpacks as well, that had a period where like it was jetpacks and running along walls and
that was bullshit.
Warfare. That whole arc was just
shit.
Just get the fucking bin, man. That's pretty much me. I've decided Fletch is taking on the Metal Gear series. I've decided just to go and fuck off the whole Call of Duty series. So
well, I've said it before. I've said it before. Call of Duty is Battlefield for kids. It's just for children. It's arcade.
Yeah.
And I have played every single Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2, and I fell into the trap of just buying it every year. The only new thing that they've added in the last 5-6 years is Warzone. You went in the Battle Royale market. And so much so even this last week they've had to release their very first Warzone map to try to get people back into it. And it's not going to save the franchise. There's no chance of saving it.
They've relied too much on people who buy it from
people like what they like it.
So we've got on one side we've got somebody taking on the Metal Gear Solid and Tekken crew. We've got Nipper taking on the Call of Duty crew.
What you got for us, Flump?
So
I'm hiding.
it's specifically a game, but also it's a whole genre of games. Specifically, it's Elden Ring, and the whole genre is Soulsborne.
Oh, you've done the whole thing.
So there's games where I don't like, but I can happily watch all day long. These piss me the fuck off. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. My fat ass hates them with a goddamn passion, and I'll tell you why. Because I didn't understand. I didn't like the having to learn fucking 2 different attack patterns for one boss, then he turns into a different boss. Now with to learn 4 different attack patterns. So my monkey brain has 3 brain cells and I can't figure that shit out. I do not have the fucking mental capacity to deal with that bullshit. And I don't give a fuck what you Soulsborne people think. I am not a fan of your game. That's why I don't understand the hype about it. I don't understand why you'd be happy getting your cheeks clapped for 4 hours on a single boss with no lube just for a shitty fucking ring or fucking axe or some bullshit that you're going to throw in your back pocket and no yes. And then he gave me the whole, but I feel like I've accomplished something. Fuck that. If I want to accomplish something, I'll go for a fucking walk. I really don't fucking enjoy those board games as a whole. And I apologize to absolutely fucking no one. I know that in my head I had that lot more fleshed out. But that wasn't happening. I just got a little bit angry there. I am not a fan of them. Elden Ring specifically, I can't understand. I've seen like the DLC final boss. He would make me want to throw myself off a fucking bridge, crawl my fat ass out of hell just to jump off the same fucking bridge and go back. I don't understand it. I don't fucking understand it. You hear me? Fucking calm down, calm down. Oh, calm down. I'm fine.
I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
I'm sorry.
So
yeah, Soulsborne and Elden Ring is not my cup of tea. I don't understand the hype about it.
I'd like to throw a little bit of balance in there if you don't mind, Flump, right?
Please do.
So I'm not by any stretch of the imagination some professional gamer or particularly good at games.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would say that a couple of, again, my top 20 games of all time are Souls-like games. So
that's fair.
So for me, Bloodborne
Mm-hmm.
is unbelievable. It's such a good game. And another one that I discovered just last year is called Lies of P. None of you have seen it. Very loosely based on the story of Pinocchio. Loosely. So they are Souls games that are very good, and they grabbed me, to be honest. And I'm with you in the fact that I don't like unnecessarily hard games. I just don't like it. There's no point. I don't understand why you would want it to be hard. It's supposed to be chilled and relaxed and nice and easy, but there are a couple of them. So you've come across with your big brush and you've tarred them all with the same brush.
Every single
I'm just
one.
saying there's little speckles of gaming gold in there as well.
And honestly, if you believe that is absolutely fine. I just think you're talking shit. I just think that you are talking so much shit, I can't understand it. But that's your opinion. You're allowed it. You're fucking wrong, but you're allowed it. And
that's your opinion, but you're fucking wrong. Slowly becoming the catchphrase of our podcast.
I would like to,
your opinion, but it's wrong.
I would like to thank Grant Cooper for that question, and yeah, I think he's just going to get us all cancelled after that.
Yeah, I think so. So we've
We've just
tackled Tekken,
upset everyone.
Metal Gear Solid, the whole Soulsborne series, every fucking one of them, and Call of Duty.
Specifically.
They can all fuck off and get in the bin. They're all shit.
Yeah. No. They can try and come for us. They can try and figure out our attack patterns and try and kill us. I don't know my fucking attack patterns. What chance do you fucking got? Right, that's it. I've got it out. I've calmed down a bit. My apologies, a little bit. Not really, but I'm sorry. I've calmed down a bit now. I'm good.
I'm sorry,
good.
no, really.
Fucking woosa. Hold on.
We've got ourselves off to a fucking flying start there, by the way.
I'm good.
Through several of the world's most famous gaming franchises, like they're fucking dog shit.
Gets the fucking up.
If we make episode 4, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, we'll need to tag the publishers in the below. From Software's getting a fucking healthy flump tonight.
No, before we move on to the next one, I have something. This is one of the boys that watches this podcast. I told him what my what I was choosing. So I'd like to shout out to him specifically. Stephen, go fuck yourself, bitch. That's his name. So, thank you for that, boys. Move on before I take a fucking aneurysm.
Tremendous. Well, you can move us on, Flump.
So, a fucking great one. So, as Fletcher was saying, Grant, put a few questions in. It kind of got me thinking. It's like, in gaming, as characters we love, there's games that we love. And so my question to you two is, in gaming, what is a game or a character that you have felt, whether it's anger or sadness or anything like that, what is your game or character that hit you right in the feels, like a situation in game or something like that game? What's really emotionally hit you hard?
Okay.
Now, my question, I'll start mine off because it's easier. I've got two right off the bat. I've got Mordin Solus for Mass Effect 3. So Nipper, you know about the Mass Effect series. You meet Mordin in the first game. You play through that. You build up your rapport with him. The game, same with 2, same with 3. You go all the way through the games, and it's like he started off as just this mad scientist sort of dude, just trying to help out everybody, cure diseases. But it turns out he was like a spec ops soldier for his race, essentially. And as you're going through the game, you're learning more about him, and he's like a really good dude, but he's done some hefty bad shit. So that's the first game. Second game, you find out what this bad shit it was, and it's essentially he's turned a race of what can only be described as fucking space rhinos or space tanks. Completely made them sterile and basically unable to have children. So obviously you feel shit. You feel like you hate them. Then you're a bit of a dick. I don't like you. Then you go through second game. What happens. In your third one, it's when you get to the third one. If you've done sort of certain sort of choices right, you have the choice to either. He has the choice to either completely reverse his work and basically completely reverse his work and sort of make him into this redeeming arc, if you want to call it, or he can just fuck off and just go do something else and just be a dick. So I've always went for kind of hit with the demon arc, and the last cutscene of him is just he's on the computer, he's finishing up, and he just starts singing to himself, and that just it hits me hard because going for the first game all the way through, it's like you see that redeeming arc is he's just a mad scientist want to help. He's done some bad shit, and now he's just want to try and fix it, and he does it. Felt I was kind of hit me the first time I played it as a wee boy, but wee boy. So that's the first one. That was the one that hit me quite hard as I was a little bit older, if you want to call it. The second one is Dom for Gears of War 3.
Oh,
No, the first one you play, obviously you play as Marcus through the games, but Dom's your partner. So you're playing through the first one, you hear a little bit about Dom's wife, Maria. She's missing, he's trying to find her, people are looking for her. Doesn't find her in the first one, but that's fine. So you get to the second one, you hear a bit more about her, you find out that she's essentially went to like a work concentration camp, for lack of a better phrase. She's basically just to be worked until she's dead. I think it's like the last third of the game, you find her. So you find her, and then he sees her again. He's in his mind, she's this beautiful woman for the day that he lost her, and she's no exactly like that. And then he kind of clicks out, and she's made like a how would you put it? I mean, like a zombified, basically.
Yeah.
Worn out, destroyed, and then off screen he has to chitty bang her right in the dome. So obviously that sucks. He's lost his wife, and you can understand that he's the one. He's not lost his wife. He's had to end it. He's had to end his wife.
Yeah.
So you feel bad for him then, and you get to the third game, and the Marcus, Dom, and their wee group, they're in a situation where they are absolutely overrun. They are fucked. There's no way they're getting out of this. Dom fucks off, and you're like, what a dick. Why are you fucking off? Next second, the boy comes flying through, and a fucking lorry loaded with explosives plows right into the horde that's coming after him, wipes them out. Obviously, he dies in the process, and then his last words is, what's his last words? Something along those, I'm coming home, Maria. And then boom. Oh, mate, I fucking cried. Not even going, like, there were tears. I went into work the next day, and there's like two of the boys that had finished it as well, and we were just like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm a cry. Had a genuine, like, the genuine tears coming down my face at like fucking whatever age I was. I can't mind at this point. But they two have stuck with me.
brutal.
Stuck me for since that, and it's probably the only two times that I've really sort of been properly emotional. There is one more, but I'm gonna leave that for you, Nip, and we spoke about this earlier. But I'll let you have my third one. But that's mine. Dom and Modern Solus. So
yeah, no, listen, great shouts, proper emotional moments as well. And
fucking right.
You kind of the thing I found with the Dom thing was you kind of lose the emotional aspect of it because the vast majority of that game is just hundreds and hundreds of aliens of different kinds.
Yeah,
and just massacre, kill them all. You kind of lose it eventually. Like you're just a soldier and you're running through and.
Aye.
Yeah, it's the scene where he finds Maria, and then obviously you hear off camera when he shoots her is brutal. Absolutely.
Very much so. That sucked as well.
Nightmare stuff.
Point, once you seen her die, it was like, can I get a wee bang? Like, I'm gonna come and flood you.
Yeah, he does after, doesn't he? He goes on a proper right. They're all gonna die. All of them. Yeah.
They bring him out it, but so that's my two. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Excellent. You want me to go? You want me to go?
Come on, Nipper.
We'll
let you go next.
So mine's is I've kind of had to adapt mine a little bit, but I'll explain why. So mine's is The Last of Us. So I've decided to keep not going into The Last of Us Part 2 for the main reason is that the TV show's about to start next week, so we don't want to spoil it for people who are away.
Fair point. Fair point.
Those who have played the game will understand exactly what I'm talking about. However, the one that I wanted to talk about is the first game. So, The Last of Us, you play as Joel. The game is tragic from the offset. You're caught up in panic, and it's just it's horrible. It's the start of an outbreak, and people are looting, people are turning, people are doing all sorts of stuff, and it ends up that Joel's daughter dies. That you're talking 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the game, before you even go past the prologue.
Wow.
It's heart-wrenching stuff. So it skips forward in time a number of years, and you meet with Joel again, and it's very obvious that he's a very angry, sad, lost individual. That's just basically surviving in a harsh and horrible post-apocalyptic world, basically. He meets Ellie, who's obviously another one of the protagonists, and it's discovered through quite early on that she's immune, so she's invulnerable. She can be bitten by these creatures and doesn't turn. Any of the airborne effects that turn other people, she's immune to. So obviously she becomes a huge target early doors because people want to get their hands on her. So the game carries on, and there's lots of side plots, and there's lots of bits in this, but essentially the game focuses on the bond being built between Joel and Ellie, and how Joel struggles because obviously losing his daughter and then having to be responsible for another, almost daughter figure, if you like. And then you kind of you go through. So essentially, we'll push on towards the end of the game. So the last mission of the game, she gets kidnapped by a group who are looking to find a cure, essentially looking to use her to make a cure, create a cure at the cost of her life, essentially, is the way that it's put across. This basically sends Joel into an absolute, it can only be described as just rage-induced mode, and he basically massacres an entire group to get his way back to Ellie, who then is when he discovers her, she's on. I mean, anybody who's played the game, you'll know the scene when you break into almost like a hospital theatre room, and she's on the table, unconscious, and it looks like they're doing all sorts of things to her. So these doctors and nurses and stuff are trying to reason with Joel and make him see that this is for the greater good. It's for humanity, and it's for this, and it's one life versus many, and all the rest of it. But by this point, Joel's gone. He can only see the fact that they kidnapped her, and he's going to kill everybody in his way until he gets her back. That it's just nothing's going to stop him. So he ends up wiping out the whole building, basically everybody in it. He kills near enough everybody, which given events that happen in the next one is essentially leads into the next game. The bit for me is at the end of the game. Essentially, it's a dialogue between the two of them where Joel essentially lies to Ellie to basically say, look, they weren't looking for a cure. They were just looking to kidnap you. All the rest of it, they were looking to do bad stuff to you. Basically, to to protect her from the burden of she is the cure, and it leads to a huge breakdown between the two of them because Joel's taking that decision out of Ellie's hands, and it basically leads to the breakdown in the relationship between the two of them. But it's just that it's the rage, the fuel. Like, he basically sees Ellie as his daughter by the end of the first game. Rightly, wrongly, doesn't overly matter at that point. And he just kills everybody that's in his way. Nothing's going to stop him. Nothing's going to get in the way. It doesn't matter if the world can be saved by using her blood or by, developing a cure from her. He doesn't give a shit. Doesn't care. And it's just that sheer desperate. It's anger. It's sadness. It's desperation from Joel's part. He's trying to cling to a memory that's no longer there. As his daughter passed away. This is a different situation, but he just can't see past it, and he just can't get away from it. And it's just, I think it's beautifully done in terms of the way the story is told, and not even necessarily through the gameplay, because The Last of Us is very gameplay heavy, but the dialogue, the way the cutscenes are done at the end, where it's like, every father has to protect their children from one thing or another in life at some point.
It's real.
It's brutally real. Brutally real.
Yeah.
And he makes a decision that ultimately she doesn't agree with, and that's at the start of the game, the second game, is essentially their relationship's pretty much gone because he lied to her about this, that, and it's, you can't help but feel sorry for him in that moment, because he's gone through life altering trauma at the start of the game with his daughter being killed, not passing away, not like any sort of disease that couldn't be stopped or anything like that. She was killed. She was shot. To then, become responsible for another young girl, roughly about the same age, to then have her kidnapped and taken away and potentially lose her life, it just sends him over the edge, and he just doesn't know how to deal with it. And it's, as you say, Fletch, it's real. We've all felt those emotions where you can't quite keep up with your brain, and your body does things that you don't expect it to, and all the rest of it. But for me, that's the most. I did want to go a bit further into the second game, which I'm sure Flump you would understand, but because the show is out next week,
aye, it's kind of what
I thought there's no point in me sitting here and spoiling that, because
that's fair. That's fair.
It's a huge part, So yeah, so that's me.
And that was that was my third one there, because that whole scene, there is something. It's guttural. It's primal. You just need to get through that and just absolutely eradicate everybody from the face of the earth, because that's Ellie. I'm getting her. Either if you try and stop me, you're dying. If you didn't, you're still dying.
Yep.
You do not leave this hospital breathing. Or even alive.
Yep.
But that was a cracking new.
100%.
Oh, here we go. This one was quite difficult for me. I think I explained that to you guys, because obviously I'm a first-person shooter specialist. So I think I'll start my segment with a special shout-out to, if you've seen our TikTok, the gentleman or lady maybe that I headshotted from 300 meters away.
Oh,
so far away, didn't get their gamer tag. Just what I do, and I appreciate all the views. But it's a bit of story time here, boys. I will take you back 10 years. to 2015, when DICE and Visceral Games released Battlefield fucking Hardline and caused a death to my favourite game series. Because
sorry, Fletchy. I didn't mean to laugh, but this is going to be beautiful.
Because
this is going to be beautiful.
From 2015 to present day, every release since then has been utter shite. So it has.
That's fair as well.
It just started. It started to decline. So we went from cops and robbers, and we went totally back to World War One. Then they went, oh fuck it, we'll go Battlefield 5. So they went from Battlefield Hardline back to Battlefield 1, but even before Hardline, Battlefield 4 and 3 were out. So how do we get back to Battlefield fucking 1? Fucking someone just can't count. Then from there, after Battlefield 1, we go to Battlefield 5 again. So honestly, I'm stupid, but I'm sure I can count. How do we go Battlefield 3, 4, Hardline, 1, then 5? Then from there, we go to fucking 2042. Explain to me. I have no words. The game series I love, and obviously from the stream during the week, you see me going through with 2042 and just trying my best. It's a playable game. I'll give it that. But
that's the best you can say.
My feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. I'm just dejected.
R.I.P. to the Battlefield series. I think is essentially what
we're... It's basically that. I have saving graces. I've seen some leaks from what's coming for the next game. It's looking positive, but the minute EA has its hands on anything, we're fucked. We're fucked. It's microtransactions. That's just how they roll.
Yep.
So
that's just true.
I'm not going to get excited. I think I'm going to cry, boys.
Okay, mate. You're in a safe place. Don't worry.
Honestly, this is why I go to Andy's Man Club every week just because my trauma from that fucking Battlefield.
I shouldn't laugh because it's genuinely serious. Like this is no bullshit. He is traumatically fucking broken for this.
Honestly, and we all have our favorite game series, and when something goes wrong with a release, we'll get hyped up. Then we'll get it. We'll stay up till midnight. We'll get it playing, and we're just like, the fuck is this? And exactly what happened. And like I say, one of our Discord user posted Hardline that's on the PS Store, and it's £1.27. They should be paying you £1.27 to download it. That's how bad it is. So that is me, boys. I can't say anymore because I'll just keep going on and on and on and on.
Tremendous. I think just while we're there, and I didn't want to take this into a direction it doesn't need to go to, but I think you mentioned there about Andy's Man Club. I think it's really important that we're all open with each other about struggles that we've had and I've got past and still have, and I think especially obviously me and Fletch, we live in the same town. I've attended the Andy's Man Club here, and I know Fletch goes on a regular basis, and I think it's just really important that that charity to me is invaluable. It's this world cannot continue without the good work that these people do and create. And you see Facebook posts that they put new, they've got new locations opening up everywhere every couple of weeks, which for me is just phenomenal. So I just wanted to say a quick, shout out to Andy's Man Club and work that they do. Is invaluable to everybody. And if you ever feel like you need to talk to somebody, or if you ever feel like things are too much, or if it's overwhelming, could not recommend Andy's Man Club. They've got a brilliant mixture between professional people who can help you and people who live life the same way that you do, have the same struggles that you do.
Yep.
And I think it's just really important that you need to talk about things. Men need to talk about things, otherwise we can't tackle the stigma that's against mental health. We as men need to take action, and we need to be the ones that affect that change on the world,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd say the hardest and best choice I made was walking through the door at the local meeting.
Yep.
And that's been 6 months. 6 months I've been going, so
I found
Yep.
that sort of been
and that's the thing I like about it. I mean, I went a couple of times, so I'm not going to profess to be any sort of expert, but I went a couple of times because I felt like I needed to go a couple of times, and I was welcomed that couple of times. And it's one of those where you're welcomed whether you go once, whether you go every single week for the rest of your life. There is no expiry, there is no expectance on you to then move on and not need to use the service anymore. It is there as and when you need it.
Yep.
So I kind of wanted to get that out there because it was mentioned, and
Oh,
I know it's an important thing, and especially to the people here that we've used it and we've actually reaped benefits of the service.
well, that's the thing is, the first step is always the hardest one, and then if you, it's going to sound stupid, but if you can't take that first step, you'll never. I'm not going to say get any better, because for me it was a little bit different, because I don't have an Andy's Man Club in my area, which is fine, but I do have we do have services for mental health and that, so I've used them a few times. And the first step is basically, like you say, the hardest step was just stepping through a door.
Yep.
But once you did, the realm of the possibilities was open, and you could get any help that you required at that point.
Yeah.
Which
think
is
100%.
Yeah, I think the good thing is it's there, like for especially Andy's Man Club. It's there. It's there when you're feeling good. It's there when you're feeling bad. And like Nipper said, you're always welcome. Like you could go there, and just a little bit of advice you have for someone else that's feeling really horrible that day it could save a life. So,
Yep.
100%.
Just the knowledge that other people are going through the same things, or feel the same things, or think the same things that you do, sometimes is enough to make somebody, realize that they're not alone. Because let's be honest, in the world as it is, it's very easy to feel alone, but it's also quite obvious that there aren't very many people who are actually alone. Like there are services, there are people, that will be willing to help and will be willing to talk. So
it's just taking that first step
first
to
step,
a realm of possibilities.
100%. Brilliant. No, sorry, like I know we kind of segued there a little bit, but I felt
always
it was
good
important. I thought we should
always
add
good
it in.
always good to segue to something good like that.
Yeah, important. If it doesn't get talked about, it won't get talked about. So that's the way I look at it. So we'll move on. The question that I had for all three of us this week, and it's a bit lighter. We've gone a bit heavy. We've criticised some big gaming franchises, and we've gone to deep dark memories of videos, and we managed to get Fletch back on the hardline track. I don't know how we managed that, but we did. So I kind of my question is, what game throughout all of your gaming history have you absolutely adored, but you would class it as not being in your gaming norm? So obviously there are we have our individual likes, and you tend to go towards the same things. So for me, strangely, but mine's is Power Wash Simulator. It's
Go.
just it's very straightforward.
That's
Like,
I get it.
yeah, obviously my usual go-to is JRPGs and turn-based combat and colourful worlds and action and adventure and all the rest of it. But this couldn't be further from that if you tried. It's just, for me, it's just easy. It's simple. You're dropped into a level, some sort of level, and you power wash it until it's clean. Like, that is it. There is
Sorry, boy. Sorry.
there is no story. There is nothing else to it. There's calming music on in the background. It's nice. It's gentle. It's easy. And for me, it's just, it requires no brain power, but it's fucking enjoyable. The satisfaction you get, because there's like a little percentage marker in the bottom corner. The satisfaction you get from seeing that going up and up and up and up and then getting to 100%. For me, it just, like I say, it's zero brain power required, but also just takes you out of your mind and just allows you to chill out a bit. So
it's also annoying when you get to 99% and you can't find the last bit of dirt.
Yeah, but that's a stressful moment. But you know, the vast majority of the time it is pretty chilled out.
Yeah.
But so that's mine.
I'll add one on to that, Nipper. You say you see the wee bar going up and up and up, but it's when you completely clear like a wee section and you get that wee ding.
Oh,
that wee ding! Oh, it makes you feel like a child. It's
the sense of achievement you get from it is outrageous.
Exactly.
Just speaks
Which is quite contradictory to what I said earlier about Soulspawn games.
ADHD riddled brain. It just speaks to me. So
yeah,
that's mine. It's nice and it's simple and it's easy and it's straightforward.
Yeah, I do like power washing, but it is just turn your brain off, just go for it.
Yep,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I will take us away.
On you go. I'll finish it off.
Do you want to go? Or you can finish me off, Daddy. Anyway.
Okay.
This is going to be a shock. It's a big shock because Nipper will tell you how against the whole franchise I was. And it's only just recently I've fell into it and I'm continuing to play it. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake. Honestly, I've been against the series forever. Nipper's tried to teach me how to play some of them. Just any game that takes thought power, it's not first person shooter or shooting people, just does not interest me. But I was away in London last episode. I had my PlayStation Portal with me. I was going through the cloud streaming and I seen it. I was like, what is there to lose? So I wouldn't say I'm far into it, but initial thoughts, I'm loving it. It's chilled. I can pick it up and put it down when I want. I can jump in, jump back out. It's just what I need. I kind of I was playing Assassin's Creed, and I just kind of hit a wall with it because it was just so repetitive. So I've picked up Final Fantasy VII, and so far so good. I'm loving it. Loving the story. Just loving the combat. It's just nice and flowing. It's just everything I want. It's good. I'm happy with it.
Class. Fair. Honestly, fair.
Super proud of you for that, by the way. Love it.
Right, I'll finish this off then, I guess. So this is, for me, I am not a fan of turn-based games. I don't have a hatred for them. I'm just not a fan of them. I don't like having to wait however long it is for someone else to take their turn, to take their turn, to take their turn. But I got South Park: The Stick of Truth a while ago, when it first came out. I thought, that's a South Park game. I might enjoy it. Turn-based game. I'm like, I'm going to fucking hate this. I've never had so much fun in my fucking life. Honestly, it's like I started off and I was like, oh, it's turn-based. I am not going to enjoy this. Like 10 hours later, I didn't care. And it just, it kind of lured me in where, because it was South Park, I liked the wee story they were telling. I liked sort of, the combat was actually kind of fun. And the turn-based it made sense to me. So for me, that was one of the things that kind of lured me in. So, so that was confused the hell of me. So now I've sort of been looking at other turn-based games, thinking, would I enjoy that? Would I enjoy that? Again, is there something maybe gripping me here, something gripping me there? So I'm trying to look at my comfort zone, if you want to call it, into something else. Except you, Soulsborne, you can go fuck yourself.
I'm just
So it's like, that was the one thing that kind of gripped me. Then the second one came out, I played that, highly enjoyed that, even though it was turn-based again, didn't really care. So that's been sort of, that for me, turn-based is something that might know is still what I consider outside of my realm of normal.
Yep.
But it might be able to just come in and kind of sweep in back then. And there is one other. I was thinking about this today as well when I decided I'm going to say it anyway. So anyway, like, see, you've got your games like World of Warcraft, your Elder Scrolls Online, that kind of games. Was never a fan of the kind of games either. I don't like the really big ones. I was never a fan of them because it's like, well, I play by myself. It's like, there's nothing to gripping me. But I played Elder Scrolls Online a wee while ago. I was getting into that. And it was like, obviously, Skyrim, we know Skyrim, we love Skyrim, etc. This felt like Skyrim. Shut up, Fletchy. Fuck up. Let the start of the fat man talk. So it's like, it felt like an Elder Scrolls game, but a little bit different. And I was kind of enjoying it. And then it's like, yeah, I've no go folk to play it with. So I think once I actually had people to play something like that way, I probably would enjoy them here. But at the minute, they're still out my realm of normal. But that's it. It's like, they're out there, but that's the thing I'm going to add. That's mine. Turn-based and massive MMOs.
Yeah, it's good. Thing is, the MMORPGs, I love all of them. So, like, Final Fantasy 15, obviously, I attempted to teach Fletch how to play that, and that went horrendously wrong. I've never seen somebody get so stressed at such a slow-paced game. Like,
What the?
I didn't understand that the game goes at like 5 miles per hour, like nothing, and the man was the most stressed thing I've ever seen in my life.
What the fuck?
I also
really believe
had.
it. I don't know how, but I believe it.
Unbelievable. I also had, and this is a wee bit off the stratosphere. I had a month's where I paid for a subscription to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
So it's basically an MMORPG. Fletch, if you think about Final Fantasy 14, but in the Star Wars universe, it's essentially the same thing. And I proper figured out.
Oh, that was perfect for this camera to get stuck there. That was the most beautiful thing I've seen.
But that was class. That was class. So I'm well and truly with you on the MMORPGs. I love MMORPGs. So well and truly with you.
That's fine, Fletchy. That's fine, Fletchy.
Yeah, no, class stuff. Kind of wanted to just do a quick wee thing just before we finish up for this episode. And I kind of want to see if I could potentially just get this up on the screen, because I think it's important for us to all have a wee look at this. So we kind of wanted to run through the comments on on episode 2's video. You know, there was a lot of good stuff in the comments section, and mostly people just laughing at Fletch's meltdowns about hardline. But you know, listen, that's what we're all here for, eh? What we're all here for. So
That's like 50%.
obviously, Livonia's obviously put there. He's obviously a very good friend of Fletch's and myself. Immediately knew Fletch would target goddamn hardline. Remember us trying to play it, and it was fucking shite. So that kind of tracks for what Fletch has been telling us. So, Resi Remake 3, I totally agree with 2. It was my favourite Resi growing up, and the remake was such a letdown. I think if it wasn't a remake, would be okay. Sums it up perfectly. Which is essentially what I was saying. It's a great standalone game, but as a remake, it's just dog shit. So, a big fan of this part though. Favorite villain is Final Fantasy character FF6 Kefka, psychotic demon clown who is the literal god of magic that terrorizes humankind and actually ends the world. So, what I like about the Kefka thing is he actually succeeds. Like, more often than not, you tend to stop them at the last minute or all the rest of it. But you know, actually succeeds in ending the world, which is pretty impressive. But I love Grant Cooper with your Battlefield meltdown there, Fletch. That's what he's here for, apparently. Now, this one, I don't know if either of you's seen this one or had a look at it, but the mask from Viva Pinata that makes your pinata sick was a fucker. So I'd never played Viva Pinata, so I had to go and look at what this was, and it looks like a fucking nightmare. So essentially, it's a mask that's forced on your pinata, and it basically drains your health, like constantly.
Wow. What?
I was like, oh, take fuck with that. Like, but apparently it's like a mandatory part of the game. And I was just like, oh, take fuck with that. Like, I couldn't be doing fucking...
I can go fuck any of
that shit,
tiny days.
Mandatory uninstalled.
Yeah, I fucking out the window. The PS5 would be out the window, man. And then obviously a lot more fun about Fletch and Hardline and trying to maintain his composure.
I'll try my best.
But I thought it was a good wee thing, just a wee nod to people who have taken the time to comment on the video and all the rest.
That's nice, mate. That's good.
100%. I think
keep them coming. Yeah, absolutely. We've tackled some pretty controversial topics tonight, so there should be some good comments on whether people agree, disagree, and if you disagree, by all means disagree, but you've got to give us your opinion on if you think we're wrong, you need to tell us why we're wrong, and you need to tell us what your opinion is on the matter. Don't just tell us we're wrong. Give us your opinion, and we'll discuss it next time.
And if I go missing, you know someone's got me, mate.
That's well, it's all documented, mate. So you're all on, can you know? We know your safe word is pineapples, so you'll be okay.
If you want to tell us what that, tell us why. Yeah. Simple.
Exactly.
Give your reasoning before we throw hands. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. Fuck solid steak. Sam Fisher all the way.
To be honest with you, Fletchy, I agree with you. I do actually agree with you.
Then because you'll start him off again, and we'll not be able to get him off. Episode will be about 3 hours long. Christ's sake!
And you say that like it's a bad thing, though, son. 3 years of Fletchy just raging, mate. That's what I live for.
Meltdown, love it.
It would be fun.
Excellent as always, boys.
Listen, I think we'll probably end it there. That seems to have been a nice stopping point for us. So
good. Be
again, just from me, thank you everybody who's watched, viewed, liked, subscribed, like everything. It does mean the world to us, and you know these things help us, you know, get back on here and start doing it again. And obviously, like I said, we've got the Discord up and running now, so we're quite happy to take suggestions on segment ideas and things you think we should be discussing. So
100%.
We do appreciate
I think we'll finish that there, and yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.